he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank you all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
And I'm Terry, Ricardo DeShaves II. What's up? We back.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Terry, after almost 3 months of cliffhangers, of waiting on Dame Lillard to get traded to Miami, the moment is finally here. Dame Lillard is in Miami, teamed up with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. As a Heat fan, I could not be more excited.
Oh, man. If only, huh? Spite. What a spite trade, huh? What the?
Wait,
come on.
Are you telling me he's not in Miami? Is that what you're saying? After all this, I thought that was the only team that he played for.
Let me do my best Giannis impersonation. I'm taking Damian Lillard. Was that good? That good enough?
That actually was really good. Although it kind of sounded like you doing an impression of Bill Simmons doing an impression of Giannis.
That's hilarious. Nah, man, the Wolves over the eyes, man. Miami don't get Dame. So I'm glad we didn't talk about that shit for all of summer. I think we might have talked about it maybe once during our summer episodes, but yeah, he's in Milwaukee, man. Giannis and Dame in Milwaukee, bro. First thoughts for you, man, when you saw it.
Let's start with Milwaukee.
Go ahead.
Or first of all, let's tell them what the trade is.
The full trade.
The Bucks, they get Dame Lillard, and that's it.
That's it, just Dame.
Portland gets Jrue Holiday, DeAndre Ayton from the Suns, Humani Kamara, Milwaukee's 2029 first-round pick, swap rights in 2028 and 2030.
Yep.
And the Suns receive Yusuf Nurkic, Nas Little, Keon Johnson, and the people's champ, Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen, baby. Sir Kick-a-Lot.
So let's start with the Bucks, man. Obviously, over the summer, Giannis started to apply some pressure.
Yep.
Despite him being like, I want to be a one-club guy. I want to be like Dirk in Dallas. He started letting Milwaukee know, listen, if y'all don't start assembling a contender around me, I'm going to hit the door. And I could go to the Knicks. I could go to the Heat. I could go anywhere. Everybody wants me.
Yep.
Pulling that LeBron card, you know
Smart
what I mean? Yep. And at the end of the day, it paid off. Now, Milwaukee, they get an elite offensive creator, Dame Lillard. This is probably going to be top 2 pick and roll pairing in the league, up there with Jokic and Murray down there in Denver. Yeah. So let's start with Milwaukee, man. Obviously, they lost an All-NBA defender in Jrue Holiday. Obviously, they lost a all-karate kicker in Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
But the guy who they're bringing in, probably the best player Giannis ever played with by some margin.
It's got to be. He's a top 75 player of all time, right? He's an NBA top 75 named player. So this is it. This is what you got, Giannis. You applied pressure. You got yourself a diamond, I guess. Dame's what, 32?
I want to say a little older than that. Maybe 33.
He's 32.
He's on
probably
crazy deal where he gets paid. They're going to be paying him when he's 36, like $70 million a year.
Yeah, because they have to do the extension. What is this? Because it's a player option, so they got to pay him 45 this year, 48 next year, 58 the year after that, and then $63 million when he's 36 years old.
Sheesh.
Yeah, 36 mil, bro, or 63 mil. That's a lot of money. But as far as the move itself, I mean, I kind of like it, bro. I kind of like it. I mean, of course, you're gonna lose defensively. You're gonna lose Jrue, but you still got Giannis, you still got Brook Lopez, you still got Bobby Portis, Jay Crowder. They're all pretty decent defenders. If Jay Crowder decides to play, I don't really know what Milwaukee's going to do with that. But
Pat Connaughton,
yeah, he's okay too. He's okay as well. I mean, it helps them a lot. I think it kind of bolts them into. I mean, they were already, I would say, if not favorites, one of, already before the Dame trade itself. I think this makes them the favorites. I think in the next 2 years, it's got to be a guaranteed champ, right? A chip's got to be in the works.
Well, that's the window, I feel like, is
Yeah,
2
you got 2
years,
years.
maybe 3 years at the max. Maybe. If Dame can age like Steph Curry, like a
Yeah.
fine wine.
Yeah,
But
he might be able to. Who knows?
one thing we do know about Dame is that he hasn't added 20 pounds of muscle like Steph Curry and transformed himself into a positive defender. Dame
Yeah.
Lillard last season scored out as a worse defender than Trae Young, which
Wow.
should raise some eyeballs.
That's insane. Scoring was crazy, though. His scoring was crazy, though.
So let's talk about what he brings, man. For me, I love this move for Milwaukee. I think instantly this is the best 1-2 punch in the East. I think Chris Middleton as a third banana is where he's been destined to be his whole career. Yeah. And if you have him as your third guy, you're in a really good spot. Not to mention, having 6 Man of the Year candidate Bobby Portis and Defensive Player of the Year candidate Brook Lopez anchoring the back line.
Yep.
But the biggest reason I love this, Terry, is it puts Giannis back to what he was doing best when they won a championship. Get the ball out of his hands, allow him to be the roll man, destroy switches on the high post, 1-2 dribbles, couple post moves, get right to the rim, second jump if I miss it over a smaller defender. When they won the ship, he wasn't bringing the ball down the court.
Nah.
Like Toronto, they started, they're like, we could just build a wall. And nobody else in Milwaukee besides Brook Lopez can shoot. So you just run your head into a wall for a whole series. Miami ended up doing the same thing in the playoffs last year. Jrue Holiday, for as much as I love the guy,
too many dumb shots, bro.
Look at his postseason numbers compared to Eric Bledsoe.
No, let's compare him to Jrue. It's probably equivalent. But go ahead. What were you about to say? What was your?
It's terrible. It's been like that's been their Achilles heel multiple playoffs in a row. Is that Jrue cannot shoot, and they just put a bigger body on him, and he tries to do his like double twist spin into the low block, shoot a hook shot over a bigger guy, and the spacing has been terrible. As a result, Giannis has had to have the ball in his hands a lot and be the initiator. And now he gets to do what he does best, be a finisher, and Dame Lillard can initiate everything for you.
Nah, for sure. Like, most importantly, the last 2 years, Jrue just wasn't getting it done for them. Like, even when they won the championship, he was still shooting 40% from the field. I think it was maybe around like 30-something from three. The defense is always going to be there, though. He was playing D, but
except for when he's playing against Jimmy Butler.
I mean, he's too small for Jimmy Butler. He's like, what, 6'4"? Jimmy Butler's 6'6", 6'7"? That's not even like a comparison. So it's like, they just basically swapped Jrue, made Middleton their third banana instead of being the second banana. Cause basically, he was hurt the past 2 years. So Jrue had to be the second guy. If Jrue's your second best player, you're not going to win a championship. No disrespect to Giannis. He's a great player. Probably top 16 all-time already. But he needed more help. He did. Jrue was shooting too many shots. He can't shoot for shit for some reason. I don't know what happened to his offensive game. It just went into that weird post like you were saying. So I think this is the perfect move, bro. I mean, you got Giannis, who's a top 3 guy, and then you got Dame, who's a top 15 guy. So that might be the best duo in the NBA, to be honest. I mean, if you think about it, that probably is the best duo in the NBA.
Well, it's a great fit, too. It's not like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who have kind of redundant skill sets. It's everything that Dame does complements Giannis, and everything that Giannis does complements Dame. And just Dame's ability to shoot from distance, he's taken more deep three-pointers than anyone in the league over the last 5 years, including Steph and Trae.
40 feet.
His average depth of each three-pointer is the longest in the NBA. And you just watch how teams defended Portland. It's like multiple guys up past the three-point line, trying to hedge, trying to get the ball out of his hands. You watch Milwaukee, they're setting their screens in between the three-point line and the foul line. Like, all that space has been completely neglected because they don't have anybody who could shoot off the dribble and punish the defense. So this just opens up a gigantic chasm in the middle of the floor where Giannis can roll into. He's a good passer. He can, throw to alley-oops when they bring the help up to Bobby Portis or Brooke Lopez for some duck-ins. And if you don't guard Damian Lillard out there, he's just going to pull up and wet it, like straight up.
Yeah.
So
37% from three.
This changes the entire geometry of the floor for Milwaukee and how teams are going to be able to defend them going forward, which is not going to be an easy proposition, I don't think.
I mean, because if you look at their potential starting lineup, because realistically, we don't really know what they're going to do with the bench, if Portis is going to come off the bench still or not, but you got Portis who can shoot threes, Brook Lopez who can shoot threes, Chris Middleton who can shoot threes, and Dame who's an absolute marksman. And then you got Giannis. That's 4 out, 1 in. That's pretty simple to me. I think it's going to be domination this year, man. But I've said this with many lineups before, but I think this one actually fits. So
yeah, it's a perfect fit. I think we mentioned Milwaukee and when we talked about them. Dame requesting a trade earlier in the summer, but I think both of us didn't think that they'd be willing to part with Jrue Holiday. And they try to piece them together, some other guys and picks like that. It definitely was surprising to me that they let a guy who said that, I want to retire in Milwaukee, won a championship there. It is surprising to me that they were willing to push him out the back door. But when you get an opportunity to bring in a franchise changing player, a top 75 guy, sorry, Jrue, you got to go, bud.
Yeah, but Jrue's a better trade asset than anybody else on the team. Middleton, unfortunately, just been hurt the past 2 years. Brook Lopez, he's big as shit, but all he does is
old.
Shoot three. He works for the Bucks. He hasn't really worked for anybody else as much as he's worked for the Bucks, and then that's it. I mean, Jrue's the best trade piece, bro. And fortunately for Jrue, he's not going to stay on Portland forever, anyways. They're probably going to trade him, by the trade deadline because they're
going to trade him in a week. They're going to trade him before the season starts, I think.
I think they're not allowed to because he just got traded during the offseason.
They're allowed to. Yeah,
okay. I thought I heard something today.
Because he's not on a the way that his deal is, it's he's in his third year of his deal or something, so he can be rerouted immediately.
Oh, that's dope. All right. Well, you want to talk about that? Where's he going to go? Or you still want to talk about
I want to talk about we've talked about why we think they're going to be so good offensively. I do want to talk about some of the question marks that I have for this Bucks team.
Defensively?
Number one, who is guarding wings and guards?
I guess it's got to be honest now. All that, first, before we even get deep into that, you both ran from the grind. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put that out there. Dame, you ran from the grind, shut the fuck up forever. And Giannis, you did the same shit. So I'm not trying to hear y'all talk about, I don't want blah. I don't team up with guys and all this shit. Shut up.
Can we just stop with this holier than thou NBA superstar type of shit? It's
you have to have a good player on your team.
Yeah, this is the NBA environment. If you want to be a top 10 guy, honest, then you need help, which means that you're going to have to recruit. This is the world that you live in. If you want to be like Dirk and let Mark Cuban do whatever the fuck he wants his whole career and surround you with a bunch of scrubs and then get one championship, that's fine. But
not for sure.
I think he woke up and he's like, I want to be the best player since LeBron. Fuck Victor Wembanyama. This is my legacy. It's my time. This is the prime of his prime. 28 years old, something like that. It's time to stop fucking around and apply some pressure to Bucks ownership. And so I'm glad he did.
And I think we both agree. We're of a lot of the guys in the NBA right now, I think he has the most to gain from a chip. He can vault into top 10 conversations. He's on the perimeter of 16, 17, 18 all time, I would say. But if he gets another chip, a back-to-back, he already got 2 MVPs. He's got a defensive player of the year. Another finals MVP possibly.
He jumps right past Kevin Durant.
Maybe. But I mean, at least it's a conversation instead of he's not in that conversation now. But it looks like he's going to have to sack up and guard Jimmy Butler, guard LeBron James, guard Kawhi, guard Paul George. He's got to do it. And I would like to say, since I feel like it was Bud who was holding him back defensively, and him and wing defenders or whatever.
Trying to turn him into Robert Williams, just a weak side help defender who blocks shots and gets steals.
That's what, it never makes sense to me because it's you already got Brook Lopez for that. You don't have to have 2 weak side fucking block that makes no sense to me. 2 weak side defenders, that's dumb as shit. But anyways, he won a defensive player of the year 1 block, 1 steal. I always don't like that fucking stat line, but whatever. His analytical numbers were outstanding. I couldn't really say much about it, but he's gonna have to sack up and guard, bro. I don't honestly, bro. Do you think he can guard like KD, LeBron, like Jimmy Butler and them and shit? I'm not sure. Like I know he moves well with the ball and like linearly and sometimes laterally, but I don't know if he can do that for 82 games and then all the way to the finals, bro. That's a tall task, man.
Last year, he was the only player in the NBA who finished top 5 in efficiency, guarding pick and rolls, guarding the roller, guarding the ball handler, and in isolation. So signs point towards him being able to do it. Whether you can sustain that for an 82-game season and 4 rounds in the playoffs is another question entirely.
That's
I do think he has to be careful of developing the Jaren Jackson Jr. syndrome, where you get a bit too handsy and a bit too aggressive. Next thing you know, you're guarding another superstar, and you get 2 fouls real quick in the first quarter, and now we have to sit you down.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. What do you think about them, like defensively?
It's going to be rough. Like, I know everybody is like, you have 2 defensive player of the year candidates in the back line, protecting the rim. But you're going to need them because it's going to be a parade to the goddamn rim with Damian Lillard and
Chris Middleton didn't show us a lot last year, so I'm not sure about his defensive prowess, bro.
Yeah, especially coming off the injury. And we already know what Malik Beasley's story is as far as defending guards on the perimeter.
He can't play any D either. He can shoot, though, but defense, that's out of here.
So we're going to be asking a lot from Pat Connaughton. I'm sure they're going to be hoping that Jrue Holiday has whoa, he's gone. Come on now. Jay Crowder has a renaissance after they gave up 5 fucking second round picks to get the guy, and Bud refused to play him for the entire season.
Yeah.
That's the number one question for me is who's guarding the Steph Currys of the world? Who's guarding the Trae Youngs? Who's guarding the Kyrie Irvings? Who's guarding the De'Aaron Foxes? And then from then, who's guarding the Jason Tatums and the Jaylen Browns and the Jimmy Butlers and the bigger wings?
That's all Giannis. Yeah. I think all the big wings are Giannis, bro. Straight up. He's just going to have to do it.
I think they're going to try Jay Crowder until the wheels fall off.
I'm saying in the beginning of the games, like, what, is Chris Middleton going to start off on these guys and you fucking go down 15 in the first quarter? Like, is that what we're doing? I feel like you just got to ask Giannis to play as hard as he possibly can on both ends. But this is why you got Dame. Dame scores 30 points a game. Easy. He scored 32 points a game last year. I think Dame's going to be your main facilitator guy. He's going to be the main dude with the ball in the offensive end. I think Giannis is going to be chilling, like you said earlier. Giannis is going to be way more off the ball, way more rolling. He's going to be relaxed on the offensive end. I see a world where Giannis might average like 24 a game.
Yeah, but on like crazy efficiency.
Yeah, but he's not exerting so much energy.
LeBron in Miami type efficiency where he's shooting like 65% from the floor.
Yeah, because he was getting like 30 something last year as well.
Yeah,
like kind of the same.
I just hope we don't get to see any more of him like walking into a 3 off the dribble because someone's sagging off at the free throw line. Like if we could eliminate that from the diet, it's got to be right.
He's got to be like
the best like pick and roll creator he's ever played with is Chris Middleton, who's a 2 guard, and that's not his strong suit.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's going to be getting some Marcin Gortat spoon-fed type of buckets from our guy named Lillard.
Yeah, I also think like just work on your midi, no more threes. He needs to be like LeBron and D Wade after they lost to Dallas. Like no 3-point attempts for almost a fucking full calendar year. After they lost, the motherfuckers didn't shoot any threes that next season, pretty much. That's what I need from Giannis because he shoots 27% from 3, bro, and I think career is 25. Yeah. So like that, all that 3-point shit, it's got to stop. Yeah,
I agree with you.
You're Shaq, bro. Stop shooting threes. Yeah, don't adapt to the modern NBA if you can't be stopped. Come on, bro.
Dude, what we saw from him in that playoff run, like where he took DeAndre Ayton's heart and soul, and they overcame the Atlanta Hawks with the help of the referees injuring our best player.
Oh god,
he
stepped on him with combat boots. Yeah,
dude, when he catches the ball against a smaller defender or like a bigger defender that's moving as he catches it, game over. If he's 10 feet from the rim and that happens, his first step is so much quicker. is quicker than any person who's big enough to deal with his size. And then his size is so gargantuan that anyone who's small enough to stay in front of him, he's just going to bully ball you and get exactly where he wants. And then if he misses a bunny, he'll jump right over your head and put it back in.
Yeah.
So offensively, I think it's great. Defensively, I do have a lot of questions, especially with like how they match up against the Celtics or the Clippers, teams that have like two elite wings. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely going to be a problem. But my number one concern, Terry, it's not the defense. It's not the offensive fit.
Adrian Griffin?
It's the coaching. They have a rookie head coach who got the job because Giannis campaigned for him.
Yep.
Probably because Giannis wanted to do a little bit more with the ball in his hands and take a little bit more offensive responsibility. And now he's going to be tasked, after preparing the entire offseason to play one way, with how long is it until preseason starts? Fucking 6 days? 8 days? It
starts in October, yeah. So I don't know exactly when, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like a week from now. Yeah. He has a week to design an entirely new offensive and defensive system, get all his guys to buy in, manage rotations. I think Adrian Griffin, like we've seen Ty Lue and Steve Kerr step in and, win championships in their rookie year coaching.
Yeah.
Nick
October
Nurse,
8th.
He did it in Toronto. I'm not sure Adrian Griffin is that caliber of a coach, with all due respect to AJ Griffin, who plays for my Atlanta Hawks. But
can he be better than Steve Nash? That's all we need.
Huh.
That's it. That's all you need, bro. Just be a step above a level 2 coach. 2 out of 10. I need like 4 or 5 out of 10. That's all we need, because you got 2 really good fucking players. Just don't fuck it up. That's basically all you got to do, man. I get schemes and shit work and all this blah, blah, blah. The NBA wants this fucking super team, or duo, whatever you want to call it. They want them in the finals. Stay healthy, play basketball. The refs and the league will help you get there. Just don't fuck it up. You can't be Steve Nash.
I got no concerns about the regular season. I think like
I'm talking about the playoffs as well.
Yeah. I think like in the regular season, the Dame Giannis pick and roll is just going to be completely unguardable, and they'll ride that to 55, 60 wins. Like when teams are not game planning for you night to night and you just roll out the ball and play, talent is going to ultimately, that's going to be what decides things. Talent and fit. And the talent is off the charts and the fit is off the charts. So I think they're going to be great in the regular season. But my question is, when you get into the postseason and you got to go up against a Spo, or you got to go up against a Nick Nurse in Philly, are you going to be able to match their adjustments? Are you going to be able to get your players to buy into doing something different? Are you going to be able to stay a step ahead? We saw with Darvin Ham, he struggled in the playoffs, making the team. He definitely was a motivator. They definitely were connected. He definitely had buy-in, but he seemed to step behind on some of his adjustments. And I wonder if that same type of thing could end up haunting this Bucks team that has really high expectations now. They've already become the betting favorites to win the championship, Terry.
But I mean, they have to be. You got Dame Dollar, bro. I mean, Dame Dollar has sent 2 franchises home in the playoffs. Like, he ended their shit with game winners. Like, he's the guy. That's the guy at the end of games. No, there's no more questions anymore. Is Middleton the Batman? The stupid ass Steven Jackson shit. Chris Middleton's the guy who ends. No, that shit's done. It's fucking Damian Lillard, who's a great closer, who, like, in a way, is like a poor man's Steph. He's a poor man's Steph Curry, but he's really good. But you're right.
Even better in pick and roll, which is what they're going to be running the most.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have I don't have any questions really as to far as like them making the finals. Now, winning it, that's something different. But I think they're going to make the finals for sure. At least for me. And I know it's hard.
I think that matchup with Boston, that's going to be a slugfest, man.
I know, yeah.
With those 2 wings and Derek White and all their quality all over, and Horford and Williams and Porzingis.
Second-year coach, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, of course, other factors go into it, but shit, I don't know. If Giannis is the guy, he's got to take this team there. Like, because putting teams together out of scratch doesn't really work often. LeBron has kind of tricked us into thinking that, but you got to be all-time great. And I think Giannis is. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that, but like, I think Giannis is great enough for it to work. And you got Dame. mean, Dame's better than a lot of second bananas in NBA history, so I say they got this.
That's facts. Let's talk about the other teams involved in this trade.
Suns.
They
Picking up a bunch
got
of players, huh?
they got Nurkic. They traded malcontent DeAndre Ayton.
Great move. But Nurkic? Yikes.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people like be
Injury
like, "Wow,
problems.
this is going to really improve their rebounding." Are we sure? Like,
I mean, wasn't Ayton getting 10 a game?
he averages like 7 rebounds a game. Like,
Yeah, I think
are we sure about that?
Yeah, career average 8.6. Last year he got 9, and he only played 50 games.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is the windfall for the Suns that they're thinking it is. Like, I know DeAndre Ayton didn't get along with the locker room, and that, it's difficult to have 4 players who all want to take a steady diet of mid-range jumpers, including your center. Stylistically, he may be a bit of a better fit, but we've seen Ayton like turn up in times where he's had to in the playoffs.
He's a good player.
And like when he's playing at his best, he's a far superior player to Yusuf Nurkic in terms of his ability to switch on to wings and guards and move his feet and pick and roll, in regards to protecting the rim, in regards to, making free throws. Even though he doesn't go to the line a ton, he does make them when he gets there.
Yeah. Bro, he's good. I know people don't want to hear this shit, but he's a fucking top 5 center in today's NBA. Like, what are we doing here? Is he not?
No.
Like his
I can't go that far.
Crazy.
I can't
his
go that
numbers
far.
are crazy. You like him or Towns?
Towns.
Ugh.
And Towns plays
threes,
power forward now. I like
no rebounds.
I like Nas Reed. I like Nas Reed more than I like DeAndre Ayton.
Rudy Gobert over.
They got 3
Ayton?
centers on the Timberwolves who are all like better than Ayton.
That's nasty. But yeah. I don't know Nurkic, but I mean they needed players though. Everybody said the Suns need a bench. The Suns said, "Here you go. We'll take all these motherfuckers."
Is Keon Johnson and Nas Little really the answer? Like, do you have confidence in them that they're gonna? See, that's how I know they lost this trade.
No, I know.
When Grayson Allen is going to play the most minutes out of everybody in this whole trade, that's how you know you lost.
Who were the guys that they had on their bench before, though? Like, if we were to go back and look at the roster that they were about to come into the season with, and then you add Nas, who's decent at defense, Nurkic, who's decent at defense, and also Mitchie buckets in the post, and
Nas Reed can't dribble or shoot. So you're not playing in the playoffs. Like,
I was talking about Nasir Little, not Nas Reed.
Excuse me, I just got him confused. Nas Little, same thing though. He can't dribble or shit. Nas Reed can actually dribble and shoot.
They just needed like regular season bodies. In the postseason, I don't think Nas Little is gonna play much.
Bro, they have a billion bodies. They have to cut 2 people from their team now. Their whole team is fucking max contracts and minimum contracts. Bol right now is sweating his ass off.
Hold on. Landry Shamet or Grayson Allen?
Landry Shamet.
Wow. So you don't like this trade at all for the Suns. Go ahead. Keep it going. I thought you liked some of the dudes, but it sounds like you hate every single person.
Yeah, I'm happy because I don't like the Suns. Like any team Kevin Durant plays for, I'm gonna root against you.
Oh yeah. He sounds like he's also another one of those guys. Don't run from the grind. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Jumped on 8 teams after that. But yeah. Keon Johnson? No interest in that?
No interest in Keon. No interest in Nas Little. No interest in Grayson Allen. The more Grayson Allen, we've seen like Grayson Allen in the playoffs, and it turns into a bonanza of scoring for whoever he's guarding. Like,
no, that's for sure. He shouldn't have been playing. It should have been Jay Crowder. But so you're saying they got cadavers? They didn't get like warm bodies. They got fucking cadavers. That's it.
Yeah, they're remaking Weekend at Bernie's up in Phoenix.
Jesus Christ, who's the one getting propped? Bobo.
Nah, he's the fucking wheelchair, and they're gonna sit on him and roll Grayson Allen out sitting on Bobo's lap.
All I'm saying is I didn't like Shaman. Didn't they? And they also picked up Eric Gordon, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Did they? I don't remember that. Was that one of those midsummer transactions that flew under the radar?
Yeah, but I mean, we were talking about fucking baseball or whatever the fuck we were talking about. I don't think we were going to have a pod about Eric Gordon signing for the Suns. Like, that's not really... It's a deal, but it's not.
I already wasted enough breath when he got traded to the Clippers.
Unless he is still with the Clippers. Let me see. Hold on. But no, go ahead. What were you about to say?
I just think Nurkic, like, he doesn't do what they need him to do from a center. Like, he's not mobile. He can't switch. He doesn't protect the rim well. He gets in foul trouble. He wants to post up. Like, that's how he gets all his buckets. They ain't got no time for post ups in Phoenix.
That's true.
Like, you're not getting the rock on the block, dude.
That's assuming if he's a starter. You think he's going to start?
We going to roll Jock Lawndale out there? Is that what we going to do? Like, for the Suns, I'm like, why? I don't understand why they involved themselves in this deal and why they traded away like a promising young player for Jags. Like, all these guys are just a guy. Every single player who they got in. And DeAndre Ayton is more than just a guy. Depending on what you like think of his mentality and what he should be doing, and is he ever going to reach his ceiling of a number one pick? There's no denying that he's more talented and more impactful than any player they just brought in. So I think they lost this trade, and I'm not really sure why they did it.
I mean, losing the trade, yeah, they lost the trade, but God, I'm just telling you, bro, some of the dudes that they had on the team, they just weren't playable. Like, they just weren't playable, bro.
Don't you talk about Ish Wainwright like that.
Yeah, unplayable. Even Okogie is like one of their guys. Like, they were getting mad at Terrence Ross for not fucking playing well. Ish Wainwright. They got TJ Warren now. They got the dude Wanabe. I mean, they got Wanabe. You like him from fucking Brooklyn?
I do like him. I think he'll be a good fit.
They have way better dudes than last year. Last year, they were 60. Maybe even 5.
Kevin Durant, you better start working with Hakeem Olajuwon like Giannis did in the offseason, because you're going to be playing more center than you imagined, bud.
If I see Kevin Durant working with Hakeem, I'm going to lose it. Like, that's done. He's 35. You got all the tools.
Gilbert Arenas. Chill out, Gilbert Arenas.
No, the tools are already there, KD. It's done. You're 35. There's nothing else you can add to your game, bro. That's it. Like, fucking win or don't.
Maybe some calcium.
No, Eric Gordon did sign with them. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. They are just guys, but I don't know. They seem okay to me. They do need a point guard, I would say. They need somebody who can dribble. Not to start, but like off the bench.
What about Bradley Beal?
No.
The point guard for the Suns.
They don't got the money for that. They don't have any money. Unless if the owner is gonna be like, fuck it, give me Jrue Holiday too. Fuck it, I'll try to sneak that back. Or Isaiah Thomas. I don't know.
The Phoenix Suns, they're like a team that they go to a restaurant and they order like a $400 seafood tower with like lobster and prawns and all this other shit, and then also order a poo-poo platter to go alongside of it, which is the rest of their roster. A poo-poo platter.
No, you're right. And then they look across the table and their girlfriend weighs like 90 pounds. They're like, you gonna help me eat this?
Yeah, right.
No, that bitch ain't gonna help you eat that shit. Sorry, I'm not calling bitches 2023. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they got bodies, but I feel like they're okay. But
to me, the Suns got worse today, and that makes me happy.
So Eric Gordon, Watanabe, none of those guys do anything.
That didn't happen today. I'm talking about this trade. They already made those moves earlier. I'm talking about the guys involved in this trade. Before the trade, they were better than after trade, and that's just how I feel about it. Especially if Nurkic does his usual shit of not staying healthy.
Who are they going to cut? Are they cutting Bismack Biyombo, or are they going to keep him because he's a big body?
I'm telling you, I think Bol-Bol's got to be sweating right now. I'm dead ass serious.
Bro, if they cut Bol-Bol, that'd be crazy. He's got to stay. He's the most talented dude besides the top 3, right?
I don't know, man. We got to make room for Nas Little and Keon Johnson. We can't play without those guys.
It's Bradley Beal, Booker, KD. It has to be Bol-Bol. Who's Damian Lee?
At least he could shoot. I'm with you. I love Bol-Bol, but shoot, this could free him up for us. Who knows what happens, Terry?
Hey, Big Six.
Let's talk about Portland.
The biggest fleece. Huge fleece. Portland. What the fuck was this?
All summer long, Miami said, we're not improving our trade offer. This is the only team that he's coming to. We got your ass between a rock and a hard place. There will be no trade talks further. This is the deal. You take it, or you lose Damian Lillard for nothing, or you got to have him come to training camp as disgruntled and do the media day talking about, I got mad love for the city, but I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here. They ended up making out like fucking bank robbers, dude. Getting Jrue Holiday, getting DeAndre Ayton, and then the crown jewel, Tumani Kamara. Not to mention they got 3 first-round picks from the Bucks, and now they can reroute Jrue Holiday. I bet Miami does the exact same deal for Jrue Holiday they would do for Damian Lillard. Like, you just got 3 first-round picks on top of what you were already going to get. And DeAndre Ayton. They fleeced him.
Because I believe the Heat were giving them, 4 first-rounders? Like 2 originals.
Yeah, it was like 2 picks and 2 swaps. Jaime Jaquez.
Jovic.
Tyler
Hero. And then they said possibly they would have given them like Lowry or Duncan as like a contract to use to expire.
Match. Yeah.
That's a better deal than this bullshit that they just got. Like, I don't know.
What?
Unless they can flip Jrue for something. What? You get the Bucks picks. If Giannis stays until he's 30-something, they're going to be good. Every pick you get is going to be trash. Like, what are we doing here?
They're talking about 7 years from now, those Bucks picks. Those Bucks picks are about to be
28.
Yeah, those Bucks picks are about to be terrible.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I thought the Heat offer was way better than this fucking Bucks offer.
Saying like those Bucks picks, they're going to be like really high. The Bucks are going to be terrible in 2023. Like,
you think the Bucks are going to 2030?
Dame Lillard is going to be 40 years old.
Yeah, but you still got Giannis.
Yeah, but they have no other way to acquire any good players around him. They have no trade assets. All their second-round picks have turned into Jay Crowder. All their first-round picks are gone for the next 7 years. How are they going to get another decent player in?
Give me
cap space?
Victor Wembanyama. It's going to be Giannis. If Giannis is still good, why would he be bad? 7 years from now? Is he going to be shitty?
He ain't going to be there. He's not going to be there. Is my point.
He's going to be gone.
Yes. Dude, we already said this is a 3-year window. Like, after that 3 years, all bets are off because they have no way to bring in another star to help him after this. Damian Lillard, you're going to be paying him $60 million a year. Who the fuck would want to take Damian Lillard at 37 years old for $60 million? You'd have to attach a pick just to get rid of him.
No, I'm asking you, do you think this Bucks offer was better than the Heat offer? It sounds like you're saying yes, or what are you saying?
10 times better. 10 times better.
Because interesting move.
Not only did they get the 3 first-round picks, but they got another guy who they're going to be able to trade for another 2 or 3 first-round picks and a quality player in Jrue Holiday. And they got DeAndre Ayton, who gets to do what he's always wanted to do, play in a fucking league pass team that nobody wants to watch and get a whole bunch take a billion mid-range jumpers and never go to the free throw line.
Oh my God. This is I don't even know what to say. You big zagging on me on this one. This is a weird one. They almost got double the return. They could flip DeAndre Ayton down the line for another first-round pick if they want. They're about to flip Jrue Holiday for 2 first-round picks and a blue-chip player. Right, you flipping for what?
Yeah,
6 players in the fucking draft are good.
You flip it and flip it and flip it so you can get that number 1 pick. They're going to suck ass, Terry. They're trying to tank. They're not trying to win games. DeAndre Ayton is perfect for this roster. They can't wait to trade Jrue Holiday. He might actually make them win games. They don't want that. They're about to get from this whole haul.
Fine. If they just want to take it out, go for it.
Either DeAndre Ayton pans out, or you can flip him down the line for an asset. Jrue Holiday is about to get flipped for a good player and 2 first-round picks. If they do get that. From this trade, you're about to get 5 first-round picks, DeAndre Ayton, and a quality player. That's way better than Miami's offer.
What kind of quality player are you talking about?
Whoever goes back to match Jrue Holiday's salary, whether it's C.J. McCollum or somebody else like that.
I want him on my team. What's the point in bringing a good person on the team if the team is supposed to suck?
He's not a needle mover. It's just going to be a quality guy who still has value in the league. No, I'm saying who's coming back for Jrue Holiday.
They get like McCollum? Mate.
A guy like that, who I'm saying still has value, but not enough to like make you win 8 more games this year.
Hey, mark my words. If they trade him for McCollum, Jrue Holiday's retiring. Oh, God. And to the Pelicans? They suck.
He would love to go back to the Pelicans. We got
horrible.
All right, so let's just do it. Let's talk about where we think where are interesting fits that you would like to see Jrue Holiday go, because we know he's not staying in Portland.
Lakers.
Who are they gonna trade for?
Lakers, Philly. I don't know. They still got their picks because they didn't give it up in the Westbrook deal, so they still have a first rounder to give up.
They got one, right? Because they already gave up one last year. One's not going to do it. You need 2 to get Jrue Holiday. That's not going to do it.
You don't want D'Lo and some more. If you want to suck, take D'Lo's contract.
They already got 3 guards they're trying to develop. We don't need D'Angelo Russell taking fucking 22 shots a game. We're good on D'Lo. We're good on D'Lo.
Take this bet.
Now, if you want to give us Austin Reeves.
For what?
And a first-round pick.
Why do you want a good player?
Now you can have Jrue Holiday.
Why do you want a good player? Do you want a number 1 pick, or do you want to be around fucking 11 seed? Because Scoot is not trying to lose. I can tell you that right now.
Well, I don't care what he's trying to do. He's a rookie, and he's going to suck his first year in the NBA because all rookies
Michael Jordan
suck.
Or not?
No.
What? All rookies don't suck.
No, rookies are like championship level players who can take you deep into playoffs at rookie year. All of them are terrible defenders. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. He's going to make a ton of mistakes. He'll be just fine.
If they're expected to be great, though, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's that easy.
We'll have to tune in and see what happens with Brandon Miller this year.
So if you don't think Lakers, that's my first pick. Who do you think? Where else do you think you'll go?
My number 1. OKC. OKC, speed up the timeline, pair him with Giddey and SGA and Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren and a collection of young talent that's looking for a veteran to help take him to the promised land. Already won 40-something games last year. You give Lou Dort in a fucking expiring and 2 picks from their treasure chest. They got 17 first-round picks over the next 7 years. You're going to have to use them on somebody. You can't draft 17 rookies to your team. Might as well attach 2 of those things and go get Jrue Holiday. That's my number 1.
Basketball-wise, I think that works. Jrue Holiday and Lauren Holiday. Shout out to Lauren Holiday, who had that brain tumor but was a U.S. women's national team player. Shout out to her. Jrue, we're retiring. I'm not moving to Oklahoma. Fuck out of here. You got me fucked up. We lived in Milwaukee for that long. Ain't no way I'm living in Oklahoma. But basketball-wise, that's actually a great fucking trade. It's got to be like, it won't be Denver. That's not going to happen.
No. Although it would be great, but I just don't think that happens.
Philly?
Who are they going to give him? James Harden?
James Harden, baby.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, look, give me James. We'll waive him. You know what I'm saying? So we get that money back.
Hell no.
I honestly don't know, bro. It's going to be a contender.
You like that OKC pick, though?
No, it's good, but I don't know if his wife, I don't know if she wants to move there.
Who gives a fuck? What? We talking about what the wives want now? Is that what we're doing?
He said he was going to retire because of her.
No, bro. He was joking. He already came out and said, I'm not retiring. I was just talking with a friend, spitballing and fucking around.
I heard otherwise. I don't know.
He clarified this shit on Tuesday. This Tuesday. 3 days ago.
I got sources from his wife.
Jrue Holiday is used to being treated like a piece of shit. He got traded on draft night for Nerlens Noel.
Shout out UNC. But yeah, wait, did he go to UNC? Where did Nerlens Noel go?
Kentucky?
Yeah, fuck out of here. Garbage. Yeah.
All right, that's my number 1, OKC. Number 2.
That's a good one.
The Pacers. Replace you. Buddy Hield wants out. You know, that's a salary. Halliburton and Jrue is an elite backcourt. Now the Benedict Mathurin gets to come off the bench and get buckets. You know, they drafted 3 quality rookies. They got Miles Turner, who can space the floor and protect the rim. Like, they immediately go from a team that's playing for the play-in to being right up there with Atlanta and Cleveland and New York and all those type of teams. I think this is
to Portland.
Yeah, you know, Indiana is never going to get free agents. Like, you're going to have to get good players via trade. One is available, and he'd be a great fit next to Tyrese Halliburton. I could definitely see that happen, and I'd like to see that as well.
For me, I would go Boston, bro.
What?
Boston? Why not?
Who are they going to give? Who are they going to trade? No, they're not taking Malcolm Brogdon for Jrue
Holiday. They're going to take
Buddy
Hield? They're going to take Buddy Hield?
They tried to trade Malcolm Brogdon for a bag of potato chips, and he failed his medical. They've been trying to trade Malcolm Brogdon all summer long.
First of all, who is OKC going to trade? Just a bunch of picks and like one dude?
Yeah, Lou Dort and 3 first-round picks.
Lou Dort. Does his contract match? Defensively.
I'd rather have Lou Dort than Malcolm Brogdon, who plays fucking 30 games a season and failed a medical 2 months ago.
He played like 70 games this year.
Yeah, it's the most of his whole career.
No, it's just funny because we were watching FIBA. You know, everybody's balling out offensively and doing their thing because they get the freedom to do whatever they want. And good old Lou Dort doing the same shit he did in OKC, playing great defense and hitting spot up threes. I'm like, damn, you ain't got no bag? No fucking bag, and that's what we want to trade for? All right.
My bag is not letting bigs post me up. That's my bag.
I would also like to say, if they do get Dort picks, yeah, OKC's set up to be good for like the next 7 years. So I don't know how bad the picks are going to be.
You got to remember, they have everyone else's picks. They have all this collection of picks from across the league. Like, they don't even have to give their picks. They could give the Knicks picks or the Kings picks or the Pelicans picks or whoever picks they want to give. They could give them.
We'll see. I'd have to deep dive that one, but that's a good one. But you don't think Boston? Hey, all right.
I don't think they have it. I mean, you'd have to send Time Lord. Yeah, you have to give me something better than Malcolm Brogdon. Okay. Like, I'm not taking Malcolm Brogdon back.
Take Brogdon and Time Lord. That's fine.
And 2 picks. I still wouldn't do it.
That's cool. You got Jrue Holiday, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown defensively?
No, I understand why the Celtics would do it. I don't think the Blazers would do it.
The Blazers, clearly, all you got to do is make them a little upset, and they'll do whatever the fuck you want. They'll spike
but they dug their heels in on Miami all summer long. They said, fuck you. We're not doing it. We're going to wait for the right offer. You think all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, we'll take a guy who you tried to trade all offseason who failed a medical with the goddamn Clippers? We going to take him as the crown jewel? Hell no.
All right, who's your other one? And not Dallas is my other one. So I got Dallas, Boston, and Lakers. That's it.
Who would Dallas send? Kyrie?
Everybody. You can't. Everybody except for Kyrie. You take all the picks.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
I think money-wise that actually makes sense. That dumbass contract he's got.
Yeah, obviously he fits a need there in Dallas with them needing some perimeter defense, but I'm just not sure they have a blue chip enough guy or good enough picks that they can make that worthwhile for Portland. For me, the next one on my list was Sacramento.
That'd be interesting.
They struggled with defense in the regular season. They turned it up a bit in the playoffs. Their number one problem is that they don't have a rim protector on the team. What better way to address that than to not let guards get to the rim by getting Jrue Holiday in? You'll let De'Aaron Fox be on the ball. Give up fucking Malik Monk and Harrison Barnes in a pick.
Harrison Barnes probably got to go. Yeah.
I think that could be a really exciting fit out there in Sacramento, but I'm just not sure they want to blow up their chemistry after like having such a positive season last year. But
I'd blow it up.
If they're willing to take a yeah, I would too. Yeah. I think that'd be a hell of a backcourt pairing. And then you got shooting from all over with Herter and the rookie they had last year. What's his name? Who is the twin brother in Portland?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name right now, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Light skin guy. Tall.
Yeah, they got plenty of shooting. You know what I mean? So I think that would be a really interesting fit.
Yeah, because then you think they got Davion Mitchell, who can hound people defensively. And then you got Jrue. Because if they run into Golden State again, I like that for 48 minutes, Steph. How you like that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get a break. Somebody's in your grill.
That piques my interest.
Yeah, somebody's in your grill, 94 feet.
And then I got 2 more. The Clippers. They give up on a James Harden sweepstakes. They've been searching for a point guard for 4 years.
What? They got the magnificent Russ.
Obviously, him, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard would be an absolute terror to deal with for all perimeter players who are playing against them. They have like the contracts that you can match up with all their 1,700 wings that they have on their team, whether it's who was the guy who finished in the 6th man of the year voting last year? The undersized fucking 3-man.
For the Clippers?
Yeah, he scored like 20 points a game. He came from the Raptors.
Norm Powell.
Norm Powell. He's gone. You know what I mean? We'll give you
they
Norm
got a lot
Powell,
of guys. Yeah.
Terrence Mann, a first-round pick. Boom. Suddenly, now we have insurance for when Kawhi doesn't play. Like, him and Paul George together can be an elite tandem.
Yep. So they can't get fined $1 million when they try to sit out games and shit. Shout out to NBA for that one.
I think that would be really interesting if the Clippers pulled the trigger on that one.
That'd be a good one.
And then my last one is Miami.
Oh, wow.
They say, well, we couldn't get Dame Lillard from you. We'll take Jrue Holiday.
That's not happening, brother.
We'll give you Kyle Lowry's expiring salary. We'll give you the same picks that you wanted before in Jaime Jaquez. We'll make the exact same deal.
Keep Kyle in his BBL. We don't want him. We don't want Kyle. Keep him. Portland's done with Miami, bro. They felt disrespected. I don't think it's going to happen.
I understand if you want to live in the past, but if you go get the same deal for Jrue Holiday, who's been on your team for 4 days, as you're going to get for Dame Lillard, I think at some point you have to consider it.
4 picks? That'd be crazy. Hold on. Let's go back to Dallas. Derek Lively? Does he interest you? Little young buck?
Yeah, he interests me.
Grant Williams or Tim Hardaway Jr.? I'm
good.
So you'll take like Lively and some picks, and then probably somebody else got to get thrown up in there.
Yeah, money-wise. Someone's got to match the salary.
Cleveland?
He's okay. Yeah, I don't think he's making enough money. That Jrue Holiday's making like
$11 million.
Yeah, Jrue Holiday's making like $34 million.
That's stupid. He's worth it though. He's a good player.
Yeah, I just don't think Dallas has enough like medium-sized contracts that they can throw together to make that work. And
they got, I don't know.
They already shot their wad with this Kyrie Irving draft capital too, giving up 2 picks.
That's tough. They'd have to be giving up like year 2036 picks. We don't even know if they'll still be in Dallas. If they lose Luka Doncic, move him. Sorry, Mark. You can't fuck this up. You're going to fuck up a generational talent? Move him. You lose the team.
And then I have one final one that's certainly not going to happen. And I almost feel bad even bringing it up. But I want to talk about it anyway. Oh, you called it, Terry, to the Atlanta Hawks. In a 3-team deal in which Trae Young goes to Boston and Jaylen Brown comes home to Atlanta.
Wow.
So we'd have Jrue, DeJounte, Jaylen Brown, Sadiq Bey, and Clint Capella / Okongwu.
You know what's funny though? I didn't think about the Knicks or Hawks, but if both of them could pull it off without actually giving up like Trae Young or like Brunson or something, I feel like that could work out.
Y'all could give up RJ Barrett and quickly, and you'll be right there.
RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and every pick we got.
Nobody's taking Julius Randle.
He's all NBA. What the fuck are you talking about?
I would tune into League Pass just to watch 48 minutes of Julius Randle and DeAndre Ayton on the same court at the same time. I would tune in just to watch Scoot Henderson pull his own hair out and go bald his rookie season.
RJ Barrett would be interesting. It's so tough though, because like when you think about trading these dudes, you want to win a championship, and it's like when you give up a young dude to get Jrue Holiday, who's what, like 33 or something like that.
Yeah, 33, 34.
Is it worth it if you know you're not going to win a championship? Like, Jrue Holiday's not going to give either one of those teams a legit shot at the title because of what the other teams in the league are doing. Like, I don't know, man. Because Boston's too good and the Bucks are too good right now. Those are 2 tough fucking teams. You need, like, a game changer. If Miami could get Jrue Holiday, I think that'd be a game changer for them. Everybody else in the East, don't even, like, look at it. I don't think it'd be worth your time, to be honest.
What about
contradicting myself?
Consolation prize for Toronto, who spent the entire offseason posturing and doing nothing? Siakam's been in trade talks for months. OG Anunoby apparently they put him off the table and was like, we will not include him for Damian Lillard.
That actually would have been a decent team for Dame to go to by himself, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody in the East, it's not worth their time. Like, the Bucks and Boston are too good. What's the fucking point, man? The Bucks and Boston are too good.
All it takes is one injury to open the door, man. You know, you looked at this Miami Heat team halfway through the regular season. You never would have imagined they would have made it all the way to the finals. You know,
Hey, they proved me wrong. I thought they broke down and they were done. I mean, they did essentially break down, but all the guys got back at the same time and they went all the way to the finals. Shout out to you guys.
so where do you think now that Milwaukee stacks up in the Eastern Conference? The best team? You expect them to be in the finals? They're the favorites, bar none.
They're probably the best as we kind of sit here right now, because also you got to think about Porzingis doesn't stay healthy, and neither does Robert Williams.
Porzingis, by the way, already has a foot injury. Already. Season hasn't even started.
Yeah, he's got plantar fasciitis. And he ain't LeBron, so he ain't playing through that shit, by the way. So, yeah, I mean, you got those two dudes. Those two guys are good, but they always get hurt. And then I think if they don't end up getting rid of Malcolm Brogdon, another injury-prone dude on your fucking team. So it's like, and they let go of Grant Williams, so that's another perimeter defender off your bench gone. I don't know who they picked up. I'd have to look at the roster and like evaluate it before the season starts. Preseason starts October 8th. But
Sam Hauser, defensive stopper.
Yeah, good luck, man. I don't know. But Bucks are our favorite. You agree or no?
I can't put him there yet. I got to see it.
Continuity matters.
It's continuity. It's the I think it's a really bad matchup with Boston too. Because I think like with Robert Williams and Al Horford and Porzingis, they can do a decent job on Giannis. And Derek White can do a good job on Damian Lillard.
When is Al Horford going to look 38?
Who's going to do a good job on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Because Giannis can't guard them both at the same time. I know he has a 7'4" wingspan, but you're going to need an 11'4" wingspan to guard both of them at once.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Mr. Jaylen Brown, I think his scouting report is out, even though he got that big contract. Just for some
been out. Bro. It's been out.
I mean, but
it's been out since the finals.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. I'm gonna have to see a little bit more consistency from his ball handling before I say Boston's the favorite. They got a lot of questions, bro. As good as the roster is, they still have some questions to answer, bro.
The one thing I know for sure is Philly won't be back.
Oh, for sure. And fucking, they still got the Harden question, so they're up in the air because Embiid is so good.
They probably had the worst offseason of any NBA team in the league.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will not play for a team again. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you had a hard out at 2:30. It's 2:29.
I do. Here. Yes, sir. I think that's about it for us. You can check back next Tuesday. We'll recap this weekend's NFL games. My Atlanta Falcons are traveling all the way to London in Great Britain on the other side of the pond to play the Jacksonville Jaguars in the return of Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
So
scheduling.
That's
NFL.
Yeah, I'm going to be waking up at 9:15 in the morning to watch that. Can't wait.
Yeah, man. Good luck. Bears are done. I don't want to talk it. I'm out.
Hey, congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. You got your guy. Grayson Allen. Start putting his fucking tifos up outside the arena next to Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. The missing piece from their crown jewel. It has arrived.
Yeah. Hey, just get a shooter and everybody's like, oh, they got a shooter. Oh, God, he's a good player. All right. Anyways, we're out of here.
Yes, sir.
Sign us
North
off.
Carolina. Continue to stand up.
Peace.